Well, Martin, congratulations. Good to win and win in 3.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was pretty tough out there. Rex was playing well. He's been playing well all week, taking out Nafis 1 in the semi-finals, and you know what? It was a really hard push at the end there. He kept coming back at the end of every game, and yeah, just really happy to get off and to get off with 3-love win.
Are you worried in that third when you were starting to mount a bit of a comeback because you'd have been feeling a bit of fatigue then?
Yeah, of course. I think credit to Rex. He's had tough matches all week, and I wanted to make the squash hard. I wanted to make it fast, and I wanted to put pressure on him physically, and he responded really well. I think I was putting as much pressure on myself physically as I was on him, and he came back at the end of every game, really fought hard, and I was very nervous towards the back end of that third game. If you sneak that game 11-9. And then we start all over again, and it's anyone's game again. So really happy.
Had you played him before?
I have, but not for a long time. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago last time I played Rex, and that was perhaps when he was just starting to tour. We played overseas. I've known Rex for a long time though. I've known him, through squash, being just from Australia. We've crossed paths a lot. We've played a lot of the same tournaments, and quite often when we travel, there's not too many other New Zealanders or Australians on tour. So to be honest, we actually help each other out with matches, and we're watching each other and trying to egg each other on. So we had to kind of do the opposite today and really knuckle down and play hard. So,
what did you make of this tournament?
Mate, this tournament's fantastic. It's the biggest tournament in New Zealand. The biggest professional event that we have throughout the country. But more so than that, it's such an awesome venue, such awesome people around. They really treat the pro players and the amateurs, there's nothing that's too much trouble. And for me, not being from Invercargill, for travelling from Wellington originally, but I live up in Auckland now. You come down to this event and you walk through the door, and there's people around. They're excited. They're happy to see you. They're enthusiastic, and it's just an awesome environment. It's an awesome club atmosphere that they have to here. And for me, I've been playing here for a couple of years. Not a pro tournament, but we played the local New Zealand circuit. And every year when I leave, I'm amazed at just how genuine the people are. And for me to come back and play a pro event and to win, to do really well is it's awesome. It's really happy.
And pick up a cheque too. Nice that some money's been raised to pay a few bills.
Yeah. I think an added bonus of winning the tournament is obviously you get the winner's purse. That's why we play. Obviously it's big in terms of world rankings as well. For me, I will bump up the world rankings next month because of this tournament. And so for me that's great. And then yes, obviously to win a tournament like this, the prize money is good. And it's great to have these events in New Zealand and to be able to play at home rather than flying halfway around the world to play squash.
And how is life as a touring pro these days for you? You've been doing it some years now. You must have mastered the art.
There's a few tricks of the trade that you pick up over time, but I love it. I get to travel the world and play the sport I love. I'm probably outside New Zealand 6 months a year, and then I enjoy coming home for 6 months as well. Probably 5 months during the season, and then another month over Christmas time to see the family and friends. But it's great. I enjoy life on tour. You spend a lot of time away, but that has advantages and disadvantages as well.
How many years do you think you've got left in you? You're about 30 now, so I won't call it not twilight yet, but you'll have to be thinking about life after squash match.
Yeah, I think for me the goals I always set them 4 yearly within the Commonwealth Games. So we've got the Commonwealth Games coming up in Glasgow in a month's time, just under a month's time, and then I've got a few more events after that. We've got the New Zealand Nationals, and then we've got basically the end of this season here. And I think over time I'll reassess. But to be honest, right at this stage, I'm just looking forward to the Commonwealth Games. I'm trying to peak, and I'm not a particularly good multitasker, so I'll stay one step at a time, and really try to push hard for medals in Glasgow.
What are our prospects in Glasgow? They're good? Do you think, knowing the field?
I think so. Yeah, you know, we've had a good history in Commonwealth Games squash. You know, the teams that I've been part of have exceeded expectations. You know, due to the wider team. You know, I think you know, in the singles event, in the men's, we're probably a little bit underseeded. We've got 3 players. You know, our top will be in the top 16. But in the ladies, we have Joelle King, who's 4 in the world currently, and you know, I think a very good medal prospect. She's an excellent player, and you know, she'll definitely be gunning for a medal there. In the doubles, we've been really strong, and we've got some really good pairings. We just went to Malaysia last weekend, actually, or last week, to do a tri-series between the best Malaysian players, the best Indian players, and New Zealand. So we did a tri-series there, and we sent 8 players. We sent 2 men's teams, 2 ladies teams, 2 mixed teams. Actually, sorry, 4 mixed teams, and every team picked up a medal. You know, we did very well, and I think that bodes well for the Commonwealth Games. We're coming into some good form.
You've been around the traps for a while around New Zealand and seen what talent's available. Is there talent coming up that we can expect to sort of flourish in the next 2 to 5 years?
I think so. Yeah, New Zealand has a really positive local scene. We have a lot of tournaments. We have good junior programs. The clubs are junior orientated. They're community based, and it really has a good atmosphere for growing the game. And as soon as you can get players involved, as soon as you can get kids involved, as soon as you can get the numbers up, then we have good pockets in place for high performance as well. So yeah, definitely. I think New Zealand has a great structure for growing the game of squash, and then it's up to the individuals. We definitely have some talent coming through, and if they want to stick out and be full-time pros, then you know, I think there's definitely a good avenue there for them.
And you're proving you can have a life, a career doing what you love and making some money along the way if you put the work in.
Definitely, yep. No, of course. You know, there is a good career out, and it's an exciting career. Like I said, you do get to spend a lot of time overseas. You meet a lot of really good people. You travel to places you perhaps wouldn't travel to. You know, my World Juniors was in India, and I never saw myself going there. I loved India, and I've actually been back several times since then. It's always been for squash, but you know, it's definitely a place I would travel around. And there's a few places that I've been to like that I never really thought of going to traditionally, but I've been very lucky throughout my career to travel all over the world.
So next stop is the next competitive game, the Commonwealth Games, or you've got some action before then?
I've got a little bit of action. I'm going to Melbourne actually end of next week, so I'm playing 2 tournaments. I'm playing the Victorian Open, and the Victorian Open is the same size as this event. Right. I'm the 4th seed for that one, so there's 2 players from Hong Kong. And then there's the Malaysian player Nafiswan, who was top seed in this tournament. They're also going, and then I'm 4th seed for Victorian Open. Prior to that, I'm actually playing an invitational tournament, also in Melbourne. They do it as a lead up, and that's at the Kooyong Tennis Club. So it's a 4-player sort of invitational tournament leading on to the Victorian Open. Right,
so you'll be sharp in time for Glasgow.
That's the plan. So I've got 10 days in Melbourne, 4 days home, and then off to Glasgow 4 days before the Commonwealth Games starts.
All the very best. Better let you go. You've got a trophy to collect, and thank you for spending some time with us.
Great. Thank you very much.